All right, welcome back, everybody. My name is Keith.
I'm Nick.
I'm Zach.
And this is Redemption Reacts. So today we have a request. Stray Kids, 19. Requested by Amanda P.
Amanda, please.
So shout out to you. Thank you for the love and support. Can I hijack this just for a little bit? Mm-hmm. So this is the Stray Kids video, right? And I know for those who've been with us for a while, talk about my daughter at length.
That's crazy. I forgot all about it.
Given the fact that she's a very big K-pop person. So she graduated today, Saturday. She graduated Friday, and she made something.
Happy graduation!
So for those who are familiar with Stray Kids, like you automatically would know what these are. But she asked me months ago, who are my favorites in Stray Kids? So I told her, Bang, Chang, Chang, Bin, Felix, and Han, which is pretty much a lot. Pretty much everybody who doesn't sing, except for Felix and Han. But
that's funny. I was about to say half the niggas sing. I think Bang.
Bang definitely sing.
Think almost all sing.
Bang
I get what you mean.
But like they're mostly like rap line. They're not the the pretty boy of the other. Well, I don't know.
I still might argue that they might.
Felix is pretty. I don't know. He's very pretty. But anyway, I'm getting off subject here. So she made me like little characters based on the members of the group. So they always call Bang the Wolf King, so the wolf. I believe this is Chang Bang. She made me Felix. They're a little cracked, sorry. She said, she was trying to let him sit in the art room, but kids kept fucking with him. And Han, whose ears broke off. Sorry, Jenny, if you're watching, my bad.
What did you do to Han?
The ears broke off. But
who did it?
Who did it to Han? No, but I thought these were like really, really cool. And I didn't know if I would have an opportunity to kind of bring them up. But when he said, "Yo, Stray Kids," like perfect. So it worked out. But no, like I'm gonna leave these here at the desk. So Jenny, if you don't see them at the house, I didn't throw them away. I just left them here.
We'll take a picture too. Take a picture and I'll put it up so you can see what's going on.
Awesome, sounds good. I'll do it later. I don't want to do it now. This is rude. But all in all, without any further ado, let's get into it. Stray Kids 19, and I think it'll slap.
Won't you do something for me? It says Stray Kids. Won't you do
Is this
something
new?
for me? I don't think so.
Okay, so this is
Stray Kids with the R&B. That look like us at Chuck E. Cheese.
That pizza was slapping though. Oh, they're young.
너무 빠르다 이 순간을 기다렸는데 너는 어떠냐 조금 겁나 아님 신나 나는 사실 너를 보내려니 아프다 하루가 느리게 갈 때마다 빨리 가라 기도했지만 지금 내 심정은 모두 반대야 지금 이 순간이 잠시 멈췄으면 좋겠어 시간 나 이제 여기 있지만 딴 데가 하나 둘셋 다시금 back to the 열쇠 그때 되고 싶은 가수가 이제는 됐네 아직도 믿기지 않지만 난 행복해 내 꿈에 많은 운이 함께했기에 만족해 근데 내가 꿈을 꾸기 전부터 기대했던 이 순간이 신청지하고 싶어 준비도 아직 되지 않았는데 저기 멀리 나를 기다리고 있는 이때가 나를 기다려 왜 이렇게 너무나 빠르게 느껴지는 걸까
Voice is so beautiful.
여기서 새고 나면 모든 게 꿈처럼 다 사라지고 나만 다시 그대로 back 좀 전으로 내가 매일 쓰던 그대로 지금이 지나가면 멀어질까봐 지금의 나를 다시 못 볼
Bass start kicking in.
I just wanna go back 다시 그대로 yeah 이제 말투는 번거롭게 좀 서투지만 당당한 척 걸었네 어린이 척도 못 다니는 중학생처럼 아직 뮤직하고 모르게 안 익숙해 친숙했던 10시 후 청소년 출입금 집하는 이제 나와 관계없네 근데 어째 아빠 엄마는 아직도 날 나로 보는데 이상하게 나로 아직 이게 익숙해 Pay attention 나이가 몇인데도 됐어 어디서 나는 청소년의 명태를 떼고 이쯤하면 됐어 자연스러워겠어 불편해하지만 그래 모두 똑같다 그랬어 매번 되고 싶던 나의 21과 같은 과정을 겪은 건데 나만 이리 불안할까 하는 다른 사람 가까운 우리 엄마 아빠 형도 똑같은 마음으로 이 나를 보냈을까 왜 이렇게 너무나 빠르게 느껴지는 걸까 이 하루가 딱 여기서 새고 나면 모든 게 꿈처럼 다 사라지고 나만 다시 그대로 back 좀 더 전으로 내가 매일 것이 있잖아 TV도 이토록 너무 같아서 우리 이제 내가 그때 꿈을 이룩했는데 이제는 창밖을 보며 참 준비를 해 내가 그때 꿈을 꾸며 일으켰는데 이제는 창밖을 보며 참 준비를 해 그토록 어색했던 그토록 어색했던 그토록 너무 컸던 그토록 너무 컸던 그토록 어색했던 그토록 어색했던 그토록 너무 컸던
Stays across the world. Same man.
That was a fire track.
That was fire. I was joking. But
No, that's in every
this
video.
is just gonna be at the everything. That's God tier.
Yeah, that
It's
was
a different sound for them
that was
too.
definitely a fire jump.
It's funny. At the beginning of the reaction, I'm talking about I'm 16 and I shouldn't have to. Kind of was the vibe.
Kind of the vibe was like, yo, let me go back to 19.
Yeah. Which we know is a pivotal year, like in Korean culture. It seems like, the age of last year as a teenager turning into like an adult.
Maturity,
and
yeah.
just, the maturity step that needs to happen from 19 to 20. I was real blown away by the harmonizations and by like some of just the background vocals and the ad libs. We know they do everything really at an elite level, but this definitely was like one of the best. Kind of just like people was just kind of throwing their voice around in the back. That was amazing. I also like the look and the aesthetic. It looks like it looked like if you and your homies was on some like some chill shit for the birthday, on some like, yo, we wearing all black this year.
Or like
it's
a
comfortable
premiere.
fits, or like a premiere. And it's funny because it's like going back to 19. I feel like you just remove the L. They wearing all black. You can just literally just, But I like the aesthetic. I know you said they look younger and everything like that. But I like everything that's going on with it though. I even fuck with the It's not a lens flare. That editing effect and shit that's popping up when it does like that, where it's almost like a
Film scratch?
yeah, I was gonna say literally kind of like a burnout from old film cameras. It works so well with the aesthetic and kind of the color grade that's going on.
Because it makes you feel like you actually taking it back, like the old style of film. Only thing else that would have been probably better if they would have actually had like scratches on the film.
Yeah, like that's just hot. It's like a dope transition, and I fuck with it a lot. This is dope. I don't know who. I don't want to say who carried more and shit, because everybody was taking turns getting their rap shit across.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this was a hard one and shit. I don't want to be ultrally biased, but I was just about to talk.
Han.
They be rapping, man. They be rapping.
The way Chang pronounces his words, bro, is just something. It's like so sharp. It's almost piercing.
So adorable.
Yeah, there go Han.
It's so adorable.
This thing got no ears.
But nah, I'm good. How y'all feel about this? Thanks, Amanda. Damn.
I like this, like a lot. In the beginning, it definitely gave me like Party Next Door vibes. The way the production came on. Vocally, the rap line, everything about this was really good. Production was fire. The video, I love it. Like Nick said, the aesthetic was everything. It's like a party, the end of the party where they just chilling around, and the girl left. Now they're just like, they want that girl to come back, no matter what. But I like this.
It's funny too, cause like it looks like they having the party in like a locker room or something. I don't know if y'all see like the lockers, like like a high school like football locker or some shit like that. But they also have doors set up kind of behind them, almost like you're leaving the transition of, like we said, the teenage years going into your adult years and things. Maybe a bit of a reach, but I feel like in K-pop,
We're going back.
yeah, they're going back.
No, I don't.
Everything's for a reason.
I don't think it's a reach, because I would actually double down on that. So like the way the table's set up, the way it's elongated, and the way they're kind of stretched out, almost as like a Last Supper. Maybe this is the Last Supper before they turn 20. You know what I mean? This is your last night, because they are eating food, and it's usually like a whole bunch of junk food, comics,
And I was going to say
kid
stuff
shit.
is childish too.
Right.
as
You
far
know,
as
kid shit,
Candles set up.
and like, you know what I mean? Like maybe this is their last suffer as a child before they go into adulthood because his first words is too fast. Like, I waited for this moment, and that's how we all felt as kids. Yo, I can't wait to grow up, and now that we grown up, he's like,
Right, he's
fuck,
like,
man, can I go back?
Yeah, he said it. He was like, "Are you afraid? Are you excited?
Right.
Like, how do you feel?"
No, I thought this was definitely a good looking video. I love the way it was shot. It was very simplistic, but you know, they say sometimes less is more, especially when you do it right. Like the way they did the close ups and got the emotion of the guys and everybody else. I agree with Nick as far as the transition effect. Thought that was fire. Everybody kind of taking turns on the rap line, and even Bang like hitting his rap skills and everything else. I thought that was really, really good. This was just a good track, and there definitely is a space. There definitely is a space in there for an L or something like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or whatever the other letter might be. I thought it was definitely going. I'm not going. I'm reading the sign behind.
But I was reading at the same time.
Going places.
Going places.
No, but I think this is definitely a good track. I think it was. I'd put this on the list. I definitely put this on the list. Like, this just has a good vibe. This is like the second song we heard in a row that just is just a good vibe song.
Yeah, I also too like the Brady Bunch effect that they did
at the end with the nine squares.
Yeah, and it literally looks like they shot all this really in one location. Because the only thing that's changed besides them kind of sitting there with the Last Supper joint is the Brady Bunch joint, and it's just a gate behind them. And
the swinging light, yeah.
Right there rapping. Before that, go back a couple seconds.
It might have been Eugen.
I think that is Eugen.
Yeah, that's Eugen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He just doesn't have the long hair like he normally has. Actually, he actually cut it recently. I don't know why he cut it, but yeah, I mean, whatever.
There's some fucking looks on them new Jones. They wear their hats the coolest too. They really had, sometimes people like they being forced to put a hat on. Mm-hmm. They look like they really just go in the stew. They look like they fresh from the stew. These look like stew fits. Yeah, I'm good. This shit was fire. This night been a good night so far. This shit, that red is hitting too.
Yeah, this was a really good, well done video. I mean, we probably said this like 10 times. It's just a really well done video. Even
I like the simplicity.
Yeah, I like the simplicity. I even like the fact that when whoever's rapping, like nobody else is looking into the camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, they all off on the side doing their thing. It's like they're not even there. It's like the person with the mic is the only one in this parallel universe that can look into the camera. Everybody else just kind of off to the side.
Pizza like it's hitting too.
Yeah, it ain't Chuck E. Cheese though.
Nah, it doesn't have that buttery bottom.
But
that sounds crazy.
Yeah, that definitely does sound crazy.
Buttery bottom.
Give me some of that buttery bottom.
Give me that butter. What do you mean by that? It's funny too how they all wear the mustache at the end, like it's kind of a joke.
Chuck E. Cheese and Little Caesars got the best buttery bottoms, baby.
Like, comment, subscribe. Nah, jump in the comments. Give us some more information about the track. Tell us, was the transition crazy for y'all from 19 to 20? It should just feel like another day to me.
I think the transition for us is a little different because it's 20 to 21 for us.
I've been doing grown shit since I was 14.
19 to 20, I was my junior year of college. So yeah, I had to go to school at 17. It kind of sucked, but I was already around adults, doing adult things.
What's decent?
Oh, me?
He said I was living life.
No, so 19 to 20 for me was interesting. I was in between jumping back and forth from schools. I think 19 to 20, I was either at Alvernia and thinking about the Marines. I think that's probably what it was. I just left Alvernia, and that was my third school at the time. Because first school I wanted to go to, financial aid issues happened. My mom didn't sign the paperwork, so they kicked me out. Second school was Penn State Berks. Finances was fine, but it's not the school I wanted to go to, so I basically just used it as a vacation to get away from home.
I want to go to Penn State, Maine.
I wanted to go to Maine, but Berks was quiet. Berks is out by Reading. It's literally nothing there. To get to the campus, you're driving through about 3 miles of back streets with no street lights. It's fucking scary.
Wait, what was your main school you wanted to get into?
Not Alvernia. No, Ursinus. Nice, quiet, small school. They had a football team. I wanted away from the big city.
I wanted to go to University of Penn for medical.
What's it, your signing?
Mm-hmm.
URSINUS?
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of that.
Yeah,
I think it was Ursinus College then. Now it's Ursinus University. They upgraded a little bit. Actually, my football coach was the guy who was the defensive coordinator for the Bengals a couple years back. Paul something. Can't think of it. He was an asshole. But
go to UPenn.
but no, I kind of figured I wasn't smart. I don't know. We're not smart enough. Grades weren't good enough for UPenn. No matter how smart I was, the grades were horrible. I lacked all through high school. But
I was flexing at my high school, John. I got into like 20 colleges.
yeah.
You know what I hated about my high school? I went to Newman University my first year. I walked in a counselor's office. She was like, "Why are you here?" It's like, "I don't know my school. Like, y'all gave me the most money." She was like, "Your GPA is over 3.5 in high school." I was like, "Huh?" She's like, "Your school didn't tell you?" I said, "No, they just told us our rankings, like, in a class." And I went to a Catholic school, so a 3.5 is just like, okay, it's just regular.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking. When she said that, I was like,
Shit, probably the 20
Yeah, can I get my-
percentile in Philly.
I was like, "Can I get my transcripts, like, to transfer?" She was like, "Yeah, of course, just tell me what school." I was like, "Yeah, I'm transferring after spring semester."
Where'd you transfer to, though?
IUP.
Oh, okay. Party. Let's all get wasted. And then another school in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Middle of fucking the boonies.
My nephew is going to Lincoln. I wonder how that's going to shake.
I got accepted into Lincoln. I got accepted everywhere.
Because it's a party school, but he's an academic kid. But he
Lincoln,
also
Slippery
likes to
Rock.
party.
I got
Lincoln
accepted
wanted me
to
to go
Lock
there for
Haven.
baseball.
Hmm?
Lincoln wanted me to go there for baseball, but
Yeah, they want him for football.
HBC, I was like, not really. Y'all ain't that good. I'll go D2.
I don't know what drew me to University of Pittsburgh. I was just like, I went to main campus. It
It's
was like,
probably far enough away, but close enough.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but the campus joint I was at was Titusville, which is kind of next to Erie. So I'm
was
like,
upper.
that's 8 hours away from here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Upper
still in
PA?
PA, but I literally was the farthest you can get
You were
from
like
Philly.
west up.
Dog, I was next to Youngstown,
Yeah,
Ohio.
you were close. I was about to say you were literally next to Ohio.
Like, I was
probably.
closer to Niagara Falls than
You were in that
Pittsburgh.
little box part of Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm. Like that shit really was different. We would just bounce to Ohio. We used to go to Cleveland just to like go.
I remember. I got family in Cleveland.
I've known people who went to IUP and it's like, "Where'd you go? Where you from?" And he's like, "Erie." We were all like, "Huh?"
Dog,
Like, where is that? There's like
that shit was different, dog.
It's like up. It's only like 2-3 hours from here. We was like, oh,
Cause y'all know like Clarion University.
that was like an hour from me, from
yeah.
IUP.
Yeah, so
Maybe
it's
less.
just that would be like if we was going to IUP, we'd be like, all right, we're gonna stop at Clarion or something like that. But now Western Pennsylvania is just a whole nother thing in
It's a scary
itself.
place
It is. It's a whole.
It's so
it's
far
a whole
away
other
from
world.
what we used to hear.
different.
Because it's like here, it's like okay, you get your racist South Philly people every now and again, but out there,
No.
it's racism. It's like a
I was out
sundown
there-
I told you, I
town.
drove through and the
I was out
Wi-Fi
there,
was KKK.
Like, hey, boy.
I was out there Trump's first year running.
Oh God.
That shit was.
Oh
crazy.
God.
People True Colors came on. Anytime you in college and election times come and you start seeing hearing them,
Bro, it was so crazy because like when so I wasn't in college during the Trump years. I was in the college during I think the first Bush years, not Daddy Bush, but Baby Bush.
Baby Bush.
that's
It-
funny because I was in during Obama.
That's funny. That's really the next 30.
but like it was the same thing though. You kind of got to see who was who and what was what. Like all the guys on the white guys on the black team. Oh no, black team on the football team that were like cool with us. You kind of looked at them differently when you found out how they were voting and
You said if you
and
fuck-
what their importance.
If
You know what I mean?
fuck with
Thought they were
somebody,
important.
sometimes don't talk
Don't talk
politics,
Talk politics.
and sometimes religion and other things
Or
because
relationship.
people who are your friends will start saying shit and you'll be like,
You got to look at them differently.
That's 3 things you don't talk about: politics, religion, and relationships.
yeah, because people will start talking and then you'll just be like, damn, you was my homie. So all my white friends and shit, even though most of my white friends when I was there was voting for Obama and doing everything too and shit. But you can start hearing people start talking and they
You
just
get
be
that
like,
one, bro. Or they're like, fucking Obama. Like, what the fuck you mean by Obama? And it might not even be a race thing, but the fact that you saying it, I don't like it. so don't say it.
College is fun and shit. I've hung with everybody, most of me, all my life and shit, like any race and shit. Obviously in Philly, you know, we gonna hang with like the Spanish folks. We gonna have some white folks or whatever.
I was a social butterfly in college, but I was like low key social butterfly. Like I would make my rounds when I wanted to make my rounds, and I would fuck with who I wanted to fuck with when I wanted to fuck with them. So like the football team, like the 5, maybe 6 or 7 black guys on the football team be doing one thing. I'll be over here chilling with somebody else who wasn't necessarily black. And maybe some of the kids from the international house. There was this one shorty, and I mean she was like a shorty. She was probably like maybe like 4'11". But she was like she was Argentinian, green eyes, curly hair. She was gorgeous. So like I would fucking,
I'm good enough.
I would hang with, I would hang with her or whatnot, but like I would hang with her peoples too because I mean that kind of came with the package. So they'd be like, "Oh, what you doing over there?" Like, you know what I mean? It, like just being everywhere you wanted to be. Right. Just kind of being everywhere you wanted to be, like on your own time, and like that's kind of what I was. So like when we had those conversations, it would be like, see, now I can't come around as often. Or now I gotta kind of, all right.
All my white homies was chilling.
Our freshman year at college, I was definitely a social butterfly. Sophomore year, when I got into my depressive stage, I was definitely not social.
You had a depressive stage too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of had one. So
I skipped that stage, I guess.
Well,
it's like I don't need this shit. So
it depends.
Am I here?
So like,
I just put a smile on when I was depressed. Okay.
It was like I was so used to not having being around black people because that never really bothered me. I fit in with anybody, but it was like having people I could trust around and not feel like everything you do is being scrutinized or people are talking behind your back. Because to be honest, that was some of the black people's on campus favorite pastime, just talking shit about other people when they weren't around. And I know that, so like it would be awkward and weird when I walk into some place and all of a sudden you getting stares and eyes that, you know what I mean?
I always just try not to even associate myself or really fuck with people that be on that type of song. I think maybe in college I was blessed to have like a great friend group too.
That's how I was. Like my friend group knew. Like when I came outside, they was like, "Oh, you came outside." Like they was happy because they knew like you're going through whatever.
I'm a recluse. Like I don't fuck with outside.
They know when I'm outside. I'm outside.
I didn't have that opportunity. Me and my roommate were like the life of the parties. So like we never had an opportunity. Niggas will always just kind of be on our joint like, "Yo," or "Yo, Nick, I know you drinking tonight." Like
that's how I was. It's like, "I know you smoking.
We know you got it in." So, I don't know, especially I was trapping my first couple years. I think.
No, I didn't get it. How were y'all on sleep? Because I know I didn't get a whole lot of sleep. I slept maybe 3 hours a week.
It was not 3 hours a week. I was about to say I'll get like a 3 or 4 hour joint and then go.
I think that might have been a part of the depression. I just couldn't sleep. I felt like I was always going to miss something. So I would stay up out of fear of loss.
College definitely is like that though, where it's like if you go to sleep, they're like such and such was rumbling or this happened. We went to such
Mine
and such.
Mine wasn't bad. Only because I had an apartment off campus.
That was later on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Freshman
you were already detached from everything going on. So
yeah.
Okay, that
I'm
makes
here
sense.
for the classes and I'm getting off.
And I think that shit depends on like how big the school is and everything too and shit.
Yeah, this school was small.
Because I've been to schools that like were smaller and then have been on main campuses and shit where things is just.
There was maybe, and I'm pushing it, maybe 100 black kids enrolled in the school, and then probably about 75 actually on campus.
Yeah, see,
and
those are
probably
schools
about
when everyone knows each other. 2,000
kids on campus.
Yeah, those are schools where like everybody like knows each other. But no, all my white homies was cool.
I think back about my depression, I really did get depressed for something dumb. My teacher told me I would never like make it, so there's no point. Because I asked him, I was like, what do I need to do? He was just like, don't worry about it.
Fuck you, man.
So
no.
I have the IMDb now.
But think about it. Like you can like how old were you when you went to school? Because I just turned 17 when I went to college, so I'm like still super young and mentally.
Turning 19.
And it was just kind of like some of the things that I think I was more mature than most.
That's how I was.
But I know I also could have handled things better at 19 or 18 had I went to school at a normal year. That 1 year kind of like, I won't say fucked me up, but like kind of put me at a deficit. All in all, because like I was getting attached to bitches I shouldn't have been getting attached to. Like, you know what I mean? Like just. Just stupid shit.
I'll say that, man. Sometimes in college, like you paying attention to the opposite sex a little bit too much. Sometimes things can like get kind of
Cloudy.
get real crazy and stuff. Yeah, niggas that be cuffed in college. Shout out to y'all, man. That shit is
We went to
hard.
the same school. We lived together.
That was
my roommate was doing that. He was cuffed with.
I almost got cuffed before school even started. There was a chick I went to high school with that I didn't know was feeling me until we went to college. I wish she would have said something in high school because I wouldn't have mind being cuffed in high school. In college is a different story. So like we kind of like had a week fling, and there was some, you know, when everybody get on campus, you start seeing other shit that you like. So not to be the asshole, I kind of pushed her off on my ball, which was, thinking about it, was kind of an asshole move. Sorry, I was young. But
Good enough.
good enough. Well, she definitely didn't look like that. I did shit. But yeah, it was just, and it was awkward because that was my best friend, but now he was talking to the girl I was talking to, and it just made me feel awkward. And then, you know, it was just weird. But yeah, like, you know, things.
I chalked all those type of experiences up to
Yes.
just being college.
Yes, that's what I was trying to get to.
It's been a lot of situations where me and a homie hit the same thing, or you just kind of in a room,
just being
or
young,
just being
man.
around. Like you young, especially even now. I just look at it like, live your life, make mistakes, like have stories to tell, like go do that shit. That's what college is for.
But that's the thing, and we see it sometimes, especially when it comes to black kids. You don't get an opportunity to make those mistakes,
Dude,
because
you're
you're
supposed
judged.
you're supposed to have parents and loved ones and other people to be
But you're
supportive.
judged for them. So, like, perfect example, and this is a little off subject. Like Joe, we talk about Joe Mixon.
Mm-hmm.
Just turned 18. On his 18th birthday, got into an altercation with a female, hit the female. They tried him as an adult. And he got in so much shit. But just a few hours before, he was 17. He's still a kid. Honestly, 18, you're still a kid. But you are potentially in a position or in a situation that will affect everything you do for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
It's like so weird.
Yeah, that's why the veracity or like kind of the seriousness of whatever you're doing, especially with that, I would take into consideration. Like you said, if it's somebody's 18th birthday, like you said, you just were 17 a few hours ago.
And you probably been drinking your ass off.
Yeah, so, you know, you would hope people were making better decisions, but when it's things like that, if no one was seriously injured or hurt, and it was things that everybody can kind of walk away from. Cool. I am a big advocate of, regardless of the situation, keep your fucking hands to yourself on all parties.
And that was a situation she definitely struck first.
Yeah, and me personally, even if like a female hit me or do anything, I'll walk away. Almost run away to get myself away from anything that I can.
Yeah.
But I know every nigga ain't me. So, and I know it's a lot of people in households where equal rights is equal hands as well. So if you hit someone first, you know, be prepared for whatever the consequences is. But that's just a fucked up situation. I know the situation.
You have a mother and sister.
Mm-hmm.
That you love dearly. So it's like, you wouldn't want to see
Nobody put their hands on
them, so
them.
you wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Most niggas aren't brought up like that, so.
And some niggas
Yeah.
be hitting first.
No, but my situation is like, that's definitely yours, and that definitely makes a lot of sense. Mine is just optics. So, like, I've spoken at length, you know, my child's mother's, like, short. Even if we have an argument, even if, like, the argument is mid, I'm not engaging in an argument.
Yeah.
Because heaven forbid somebody, not even her, because I don't think she knows I would never hurt her. But somebody's watching. I'm 6'4", she's under 5 feet. That is never a good optic.
Yeah, I'm always, most of the times, a bigger man than whoever I'm dealing with anyway.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, whatever. Like,
You can't argue
win.
with women anyway.
No,
You
because
just
they
normally
don't.
just
they
say
don't-
what you want and just leave it at that.
Cause it don't matter. They don't think logically.
I ain't gonna say that, women.
They argue with emotion, bro. I feel this is how you can't argue somebody's feelings. You're gonna tell me your feelings is wrong. Like it's a loss, man. It's an L. Just
Like, comment, subscribe.
Ladies, we love you. I love you.
it's an L, man. No, I love women too, but
So whatever y'all was arguing about, y'all right.
y'all right.
Nah, I get what you mean. It'd be like that in some situations, and even logically, when you try to tell someone they're not being logical, it'll make someone a little bit more.
Don't want to double down on the bullshit.
Double down on it,
You know,
and
just
that's
like-
when That's when
that's
nowadays
when it go left.
No, not even nowadays. That's when I tell somebody like clearly you have a certain stance that you want to stand on, and I respect you being so
Let's
strong
agree
with
to
that
disagree.
stance. You can just disagree to we can agree to disagree. And if it's past that, I've said my piece already. I don't want to argue. Life is not promised, so
Bro.
tomorrow is not promised. So
And
don't argue
that's
about
the thing,
bullshit.
too. Like some women, like you tell them, look, I don't want to argue, and then that's their cue to want to argue.
You won, baby girl.
Yeah, like yo, what are we talking
What's
about?
for dinner?
Beef, nigga.
Come out the door.
Fucking knuckle sandwich.
The knuckle sandwich. It's clobbering time. Like, comment, subscribe. Hashtag Redeemers. Give us some of your 19-year-old stories. I feel like we just blessed y'all.
What's your
With,
transition from 19 to 20 or 18 to 19? Were you scared to go from 18 to 19?
Or if that wasn't a big enough transition, because I know, like I said before, I know our transition is 20 to 21, essentially. So tell us about that.
Before we go,
I feel like 12 to 13 is
what
rougher.
age do you think is more awkward, 19 or 20?
19.
I feel like 20 because I'm damn near 21 and not like. Why
So-
can't I get a drink?
So 19 is because at 18 is when most parents want to kick their kids.
Kids,
out,
yeah.
Right. So it's like if you
That's
still
a
at the
good
house
question.
at 19, now you're there a year too long. You like expired milk. So you just sitting on the shelf and everybody looking at you like, you move out?
Yo, stay at your folks' house as long as
possible,
as long
man.
as possible.
And parents, stop fucking kicking your kids
Yeah,
out with
for no
with
reason.
no financial, literacy. They don't know anything about credit cards.
So they on
you
their
done
feet.
burnt they credit up.
Right. you done probably burnt their shit out. Like, don't do that. Don't do that to them. Let them stay as long as possible.
Stay as long as y'all can at your folks' house, man. If y'all
Bruh.
gonna fucking stay with them for life, do that shit. Stack your bread up. Go on trips. Have fun. Experience life. Love. Have fun, man.
Not
Live
for
your
nothing.
life.
Not for nothing. Everybody don't do it that way. Like you have some ethnicities that keep their kids in the house as long as possible.
Listen, man.
some that'll
Stay
be
off
like-
IG. Don't worry about what the Joneses is
No,
doing.
right? No. And don't look at your friends. Don't do none of that. You work your own situation, bro.
We love y'all, man. Thank you, Amanda. We gonna holler at y'all. Peace.